What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk claps back at Tyson Fury over his comments that he made yesterday concerning the Ukrainian, and this is what the cat had to say. He said, quote, Tyson Fury. No. Let me do this right. Tyson Fury, I'm coming for you. How are you? Baracha. Drunkard. Baracha. Tyson Fury. No, seriously, that's what one of the things he had to say. But besides the taunting, he said a lot in a recent interview, and I want to share it with you guys, okay, because it was a very informative interview, okay. He had this to say about Tyson Fury, and I want you guys to listen. He said, yes, we negotiated previously. If he agreed, I would step into the ring, said Usyk about Tyson Fury. He said, look, I'm coming for you. I've been coming for you a long time, Baracho. I'm coming for you. And that's a good explanation. He also said this. He said a lot of things were said then, something like he would slap me in the face. He changed his mind after getting his buttocks burned. I've been balanced and ready to hear all the stupid things he likes to say. I'm sure the agreement will be with Fury or someone else. I just must be in good form. Obviously, he's difficult. He's much smarter than he looks and behaves. He's a tricky boxer as well. The way he puts psychological pressure on his opponents is clear to me, and Fury is hurling insults at me, but I know what to do in the ring. Rage doesn't help when fighting. It worsens the condition. I'm motivated by my opportunity to fight against this giant. Although there are some people who are not optimistic about my chances, it has no matter for me, said Usyk. Those are the words of Oleksandr Usyk, and let me counterpunch. Oleksandr Usyk knows that Tyson Fury, and what his angle is, what his game is. You know, if you know what a person's trying to do, like if you know a person's trying to say certain things to get you to react a certain way, if you already know that, you should be prepared to not go there. You know, a lot of times, dude, he's just trying to get you mad. You know what I mean? So at that point, you shouldn't really take what that person's saying as something personal, because that person's only objective is to get you in a certain mindset, to do a certain thing, to act a certain way. And Oleksandr Usyk has an ace in the hole because he already knows that. But the thing about when anybody's saying, don't do something, it's kind of hard not to do it, right? Like, don't look at that red car. And it's like, what red car? See, there you go. You looked at the red car. Right? But I do think that Usyk lets on that he doesn't know English, but he does. And he said it in the interview on his channel. Go check it out. He had an interview recently on his channel, Usyk 17. That's his official YouTube channel. And in the interview, he had a lot of other interesting things he had to say about Tyson. He said, yeah, a lot of people saying just pretend you don't hear it, but I understand everything he's saying, you know, and I go along with it. He called me the white rabbit, you know, I mean, he called me the rabbit. I call myself the white rabbit. Okay, fine, wonderful. You know, I go along with it. But one thing that stuck out with me, with all the things that he said, was that rage doesn't help. It just worsens the condition. And I believe that's true. A lot of fighters are not really capable of fighting in their best form when they're upset, intimidated, or driven to a point of anger, okay? Look at Wilder. Wilder wasn't able to conduct his game plan, I feel, in the third fight, on top of being 20 pounds heavy, 18, 19 pounds heavier. I think he was so enraged that he really couldn't think about anything but attack. And in boxing, if you only have the mindset of offense or attack, you're in the wrong sport, because that's what counterpunching is all about. A counterpuncher knows that if you're trying to hit someone with a 3-punch combination, a jab, a right hand, and a left hook, and you're throwing it with all your might, you got some spirit behind it, meaning you're mad, you're angry, you feel a certain type of way about this fighter, you really want to get him out of there for whatever reason, if it's personal, if it's seeped into that level or whatever, you're going to throw it. But see, if you don't have the caution of defense, rage can suspend your defense. And a lot of times, if you're fighting anybody, just like Wilder, you can get chinned because you're thinking only about what you can do to that fighter and not that fighter doing to you. Okay, so that's one thing about rage, and that's one of the, now if you get someone hurt, of course, it may, that you could probably turn that switch on then, but I don't think it's, a good idea, because, you could end up hurting someone, just for being, temporarily insane, right? Because a lot of times that's what anger really is. You just get mad, but you're not always angry unless you're just some angry person, and that's a totally different issue. That's something within, you need to go see some professional help about that. But in other words, if you're dealing with boxing, Usyk has nothing personal to say about, or personal to feel about Tyson Fury or whatever. It's nothing personal. It's just business. So, as long as he's in good form, as long as Tyson Fury's in good form, they should have a pretty good fight. Now, speaking of form with you guys, Tyson Fury said something very, very interesting about Tyson Fury. He said when Tyson Fury, when the lights are on, he's Tyson. When the lights are off, he's Luke. If you heard him, you heard Oleksandr Usyk say Luke Fury, and I think the news got out last year, like around the summer sometime, that Tyson Fury's official name is Luke Fury, not Tyson. So, I don't know how true it is, but, people say it's actually Luke. I remember Anthony Joshua joked about that a bit, saying, hey, all right, Luke, you keep talking that shit or whatever, Luke, so, I don't think Tyson likes that too much, to be called Luke instead of Tyson, you know what I mean? But a lot of people just thought it was a gimmick, and then his name was Luke growing up or whatever. I don't personally know the man. I don't know at all. But what he was saying is that Tyson Fury, he plays for the cameras, and then when the cameras are off, he's nothing like that. But you could tell that with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is not he's not a overall natural asshole. He's just not. He just pretends so hard to be. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk's response to Tyson Fury's antics. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.